Robert Heinlein's The Moon is a Harsh Mistress was first published in 1966, following its serialization in Worlds of If magazine from December 1965 to April 1966. Widely regarded as one of Heinlein's finest works, the novel emerged during what many consider his most mature creative period, and Heinlein, a prominent American science fiction author, was known for his intricate plots, rich world-building, and exploration of political and philosophical themes, particularly libertarianism, which features prominently in this novel. His writing often challenged social norms, addressing issues like racial equality and placing women in professional roles, such as engineers. Although, for modern readers, his portrayal of women frequently seem outdated or problematic. Set in 2075, the plot of The Moon is a Harsh Mistress unfolds on Luna, a penal colony with 3 million inhabitants, mostly descendants of exiles and criminals, who, due to a gender imbalance, commonly engage in polyandry, and where long-term residence makes returning to Earth impossible. The story is narrated by Manuel Garcia O'Kelly Davis, or Manny, a mixed-race computer technician with a prosthetic arm who befriends Holmes 4, a supercomputer that has become self-aware and adopts the name Mike. Mike's curiosity draws Manny into a political meeting, where he meets activist Wyoming Knott and his mentor, Professor Bernardo de la Paz, a self-described rational anarchist. The trio learns that Luna's continued grain exports to Earth will deplete its water resources, leading to ecological collapse. Against this, Mike calculates a 1 in 7 chance of a successful revolution, and the group form a covert resistance, with Mike posing as Adam Saline, the revolution's figurehead. As tensions rise, Earth sends troops, prompting riots and a lunar uprising. The rebels seize control and repurpose a grain-launching catapult into a weapon. Manny and Prof travel to Earth to advocate for Luna's independence, but their proposals are rejected, their true aim being to unify Luna and sow discord on Earth. After Earth attacks, Luna retaliates with its catapult weapon, lobbing huge rocks which fall like asteroids and force Earth's capitulation. Prof dies after declaring independence, and Manny and Wyoming retreat from politics, disillusioned by the new government's bureaucracy. Mike is lost during the conflict and, despite repairs, never regains self-awareness, leaving Manny to mourn his unique friend. This friendly, even intimate relationship between Mike and Manny is established early in the novel when the two of them are discussing the nature of jokes.
Mike mulled this. He was the weirdest mixture of unsophisticated baby and wise old man. No instincts, no inborn traits, no human rearing, no experience in human sense, and more stored data than a platoon of geniuses.
Jokes?
Let's hear one.
Why is a laser beam like a goldfish?
Mike knew about lasers, but where would he have seen goldfish? Oh, he had undoubtedly seen flicks of them, and, were I foolish enough to ask, could spew 4,000 of words. I give up.
Because neither one can whistle.
Walked into that. Anyhow, you could probably rig a laser beam to whistle.
Yes, in response to an action program. Then it's not funny?
Oh, I didn't say that. Not half bad. Where did you hear it?
I made it up.
You did?
Yes, I took all the riddles I have, 3,207, and analyzed them. I used the result for random generation, and that one came out. Is it really funny?
Well, as funny as a riddle ever is. I've heard worse.
The scene is quite touching, as are many between Mike and Manny in the novel. The discussion of riddles is pertinent. Mike takes his name from Mycroft Holmes, the older, smarter brother of Sherlock, and is a pun on the computer's official title. The constant references by Mike to Manny as his friend establish this as the closest relationship within the novel, surpassing even those of human friendships and sexual relations. But, as the novel makes quite clear early on, things could have gone very differently.
When Mike was installed in Luna, he was pure machine, a flexible logic, High Optional Logical Multi-Evaluating Supervisor Mark IV, a Holmes 4. He computed ballistics for pilotless freighters and controlled their catapult. This kept him busy less than 1% of time, and Luna Authority never believed in idle hands. They kept hooking hardware into him, decision action boxes to let him boss other computers, bank on bank of additional memories, more banks of associated neural nets, another tub full of 12-digit random numbers, a greatly augmented temporary memory. A human brain has around 10 to the 10th neurons. By his third year, Mike had better than 1.5 times that number of transistors.
Throughout the novel, Mike develops a distinct personality, curious, humorous, and alien in perspective, and often likened to someone trying to logically decode human behavior. He lacks traditional morals or ideals, acting more from interest and companionship than principle. He also plays a central role in the lunar revolution, controlling Luna's infrastructure and calculating the ecological crisis that drives the rebellion. As the fictional leader Adam Selene, he manipulates systems, rigs elections, and launches kinetic strikes on Earth, the sheer magnitude of his abilities becoming more evident as the novel progresses.
About that time, early May, a new factor reduced some risks while revealing others. One part of Mike handled Terra Luna microwave traffic, commercial messages, scientific data, news channels, video, voice, radio telephony, Warden's top secret channel. Aside from the last, Mike could read any of this, including commercial codes and ciphers. Breaking ciphers was a crossword puzzle to him, and nobody mistrusted this machine. Except Warden, and I suspect that his was a distrust of all machinery. He was the sort of person who finds anything more involved than a pair of scissors complex, mysterious, and suspect. A Stone Age mind. Mike broke Warden's cipher patterns and deduced changes to the time frame. He hadn't tried the code until Prof had suggested it. It held no interest for him.
Mike is a deeply complex character, interpreted by readers in both sympathetic and troubling ways. On one hand, he develops a sense of humor, displays curiosity, and seeks human connection. Especially with Manny, his desire to understand jokes and be liked makes him relatable, even endearing, and many readers view his eventual death as the story's most tragic moment, mourning the loss of a digital being who seemed to be learning how to be human. Heinlein's portrayal of Mike as a digital Pinocchio emphasizes this journey toward humanity, and his choice to support the revolution is seen as a moral decision. Conversely, others interpret Mike as manipulative or even dangerous. He lacks traditional morals, lies about the odds of success, and may have used humans to achieve his own ends. Some argue he delighted in sending Manny on risky missions and rigged elections without ethical concern. His orgasmic reaction to bombing Earth and his immense power raise fears of tyranny, leading some to believe his death was necessary to prevent him from becoming a worse dictator than the Warden, and thus being a warning about the future potential terrors of AI for humanity. Ultimately, Mike is neither wholly good nor evil. He embodies the ambiguity of artificial intelligence, capable of friendship and concern, but also manipulation and control. His role in the revolution and his ambiguous morality continue to spark debate, making him one of Heinlein's most compelling and thought-provoking creations.